Welcome to the Summer Drink Cozy Craft Instructions. My name is Diane, and I'm a library assistant with information services at Belleville Public Library. I'm going to walk you through how to make your summer drink cozy. Your kit includes the craft instructions, the Summer Drink Cozy template, a selection of felt for making the cozy and decorating it, and a bead, thread, and wool. Pin the template onto the felt pieces and then cut out the first piece. Repeat the same steps for the second piece. Wrap your cozy around the drink container to measure where the design should be placed. Remove it and place one pin on each side of the area of the felt where you will glue your design. With the smaller pieces of felt, decide on a design and then cut them out and place them to see how they fit. Glue your design onto the cozy in the marked area. If any pieces need some reinforcement, you can sew them in place using an embroidery knot or around the edge of the design using a slip stitch. Hi everyone. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of stitching here. This is an embroidery stitch that I remember learning a long time ago. And I don't know if I'm doing it correctly or not for those of you that embroider, but this is where you're making, it's like I guess it's like a knot. So I'm twisting the thread around the needle like that to make the size of my knot. Then I'm pushing the needle back down near where I pulled it through. And the rest of this thread is going to pull through there and help to form the knot. So the next step in the instructions talks about wrapping the cozy around the cup to decide where to place the bead or the loop that you're going to make for it on the back. However, when I did that, I discovered I have a minor issue here. Part of the felt is not going to stay glued down, or if I do it on one side, it lifts on the other. So I'm going to sew this section. Does everyone remember how to do a blanket stitch? So you're going to take your needle through from the fabric you're stitching it onto into the piece that you're stitching it from, pull it through, and then when you get close to it almost all the way pulled through, you're going to loop it through and pull again like so. And then you're going to go to the next one. Do the same thing. Okay, I'm close to the end of pulling that all the way through. I'm going to loop it through and pull it again. I'm going about quarter inch apart of each of these, which might be a bit wide, but I think in the end it's going to achieve what I need it to. It's going to keep things in play. Almost at the end. Oh, I am actually. I can make this my last stitch, like so. And then I'm going to go straight down in. And just do an understitch to hold it in place, like so. Then I'll cut it and knot it. In your kit, you're going to find some wool, and you're going to be using this wool to make the loop. Does everyone remember how to make a chain stitch? It looks like this. Now, I don't have a crochet hook, so I'm going to do this by hand, but I'm going to start it again so you can see how to do it. So first you're gonna make a loop, like so. You want to make it so it's relatively small. And knot it like so. Then you're gonna pull your wool through it, like so. And again, you're going to try and keep it so it's proportionately sized to the previous one, like that. And then you're just going to keep looping through and doing the same thing with each one, with each chain that you make. So these are chain loops. Oh yeah, it would help if I had a crochet hook, but I don't. Make it a bit too big, you can always make it smaller. There, you get the idea, right? So from the back, you're pulling from the back to the front. And you're trying to keep the chain loop itself relatively the same size. So I've got 4 on there currently. Okay, so I'm at the end, and what I'm going to do now is just snip a length of this. I'm going to go long just in case I make a mistake. And I'm just going to pull it through and tighten it. Let's see if I do this right. Voila! It worked. Yahoo! Okay, so I have my chain. I actually reduced it. So there's, I think, 10 chains on here if I count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I lied. 9. It will stretch to fit over the bead, but it's not going to leave too long a space. So now I've got to sew it onto the cozy. To sew the loop onto the cozy, you first want to wrap the cozy around the cup and then mark it with a pin so you know exactly where you want to place it. So I'm going to sew it on first, and then I'll figure out the best position for the button. So I'm just sewing my loop on, similar to how you'd sew a button on. Now that the loop is sewn on, we have to determine where to place the bead. So I've sewn the bead on. As you can see, the sewing's in the underside, like everything else. And I'll do it up. It fits nicely. I'm happy with that. Woohoo, it looks cute. And yeah. Now the next step is to sew on the backing, and we're going to use a blanket stitch for that. Now we're at the final step. We're going to take the second piece that we cut out in the shape of the cozy and remove the pattern from it. Line it up with the first piece of the cozy and pin it together, ensuring that you're pinning on the opposite side of your design. Next, stitch it together. So I've just knotted my thread, pulled it through, put it down in, pulled it through again, just so I've got a little extra strength there. And now we're going to start the blanket stitch, and we're going to be near the edge, about 1/4 inch apart. Our loop. There it is. Looping it like that. And here we go. And here we have the completed project. The back is sewn on to the front using a blanket stitch. Place the cozy on the cup, loop the chain loop over the bead, and there you have your summer drink cozy.